TSU head coach Reggie Barlow, a team coming off a 1-point home loss to Western Illinois. This week they're back at home. Lindenwood is going to come to town Saturday afternoon. So, Coach, start us off some general thoughts, and then we'll go to questions.
Yep. Good morning to all. Appreciate the question. Yeah, we had the opportunity to host here against Western Illinois. Another home game for us. We had all our opportunities. We had our chances in that game from the stat sheet. We were really good on the stat sheet, except coming away with the win. Still was proud and how our guys competed and stayed in it. We faced a lot of adversity, and these guys continue to work. Coaches continue to coach. So we'll keep doing that, and our WIN will come when it comes. But proud of the way the guys competed this week. The good thing about college football, pro football, any football is each week you get a chance to start over and rewire and inspire your guys in terms of getting ready for the next opponent. So we're excited about getting a chance to prep for Lindenwood for this weekend, another home game for us. And, it's conference play, right? So it's a challenge every weekend. Every weekend it's a challenge, and, it's about the preparation. So we're excited that we get a chance to prep this week and go and see how we measure up.
Thanks, Coach. If you got a question for Coach, let me know down in the chat, and I'll call on you. Mike Organ, you're up first. You might be on mute, Mike. I muted everybody earlier, so.
All right, there we go.
There we go.
Okay. Coach, you mentioned adversity, and we saw Kendrick go down last week with the toe injury early. But I watched him on the sideline after that, and I was really impressed by his engagement throughout the game. I saw him grab a water bottle once when Zach Simmons Brown came out, and he went and got a water bottle and gave him water on the sideline. That's got to be encouraging for a coach to see a guy that doesn't get down like that and then encourages his teammates who have come in to replace him.
Yeah, I'm glad that you recognize that. And that speaks to the character of our team and what we're trying to build here. Each of us need all of us. Obviously, Kendrick is a really good player for us. And, we leaned on him a lot. And, he's been battling that toe issue for a while now. But just to see him encouraging his teammates, helping out on the sideline, talking to guys, clapping, encouraging, was a positive for us. And, as I mentioned, those are some of the characteristics that we're trying to build amongst our team.
And I'm sure you probably don't know because it has been a nagging injury, but his availability for this week, for Saturday,
Yeah, we just talked with the trainer and our staff meet earlier. We're going to get some more attention to it. He's going to see Dr. Petty this afternoon, and see if we need to get an MRI or X-ray on that deal to see if it's anything that's even worse than what we thought.
Okay, and my last question, just Byron McNair threw to 7 different receivers last week. We've seen growth there, and the turnovers. Yes, it was a costly one there at the end of the game, but he only had the 1 turnover. Are you encouraged by what you're seeing from Byron?
Yeah, how about Byron, right? I mean, we at this time, God allowed us to be here at Tennessee State. He's here. He's a competitor, man, and obviously there's been a lot of growth. We've been patient with him. Byron played some college football. He played on the NAIA level, but was thrust into the starting position here. And just like him, I mean, there's a lot of growth and progress that a lot of guys on the team is making and have made. Obviously, when you're not winning, people don't recognize that, but we have seen some development in Byron. We're proud of the way he competes, and he'll continue to get better. Coach Hayes and Coach Shannon, they've been doing a good job with him.
Thanks, Coach. Appreciate it.
Yes, sir.
We'll go Brandon next and then Reno. Go ahead, Brandon.
Good morning, Coach. How you doing?
Man, how you doing? Good, thanks.
Wanted to ask you, and you kind of just touched on it a little bit with your last question. Um, Granted, from a record standpoint, it's easy to look at see that things aren't necessarily where you want them to be. But looking at your three units, offense, defense, and special teams, from day one to now, what unit or even players would you say have you seen the most growth from that point to this?
I mean, obviously our special teams coach Cruzy managed that, facilitates that. There's been a lot of positives on our special teams and a lot of growth. Obviously, Mark, our punter, from game one to now has continued to do well. Perez, the kicker, has done a good job. Tashawn Jefferson is a backup running back who had been running scout team the whole time. We've given him some special teams work, and he's owned that and done a good job. Tavion Porter, the running back, who, since Kendrick has been hobbled and down, this man has been waiting for his opportunity all year. And, from a kickoff return standpoint, he's done a good job for us at the running back position. We bring him in when we want to get, those short yardage runs. And he's done a good job. He's taken ownership of that. So there's definitely growth there. Michael Gay, a guy who at one point wasn't your starting guy, but he's been making plays and doing a good job for us. We know James Stewart is a baller, but he's continuing to get better as well. He leads in his own way. So I can go on with guys that have improved and gotten better. Even Juju is a guy that started for us, but this is his first year being a starter, and he's continuing to get better, even though he's fighting through nagging injuries and that type of stuff. So a lot of guys are getting better.
All right. Thanks for the insight, Coach. Good luck this week.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
We'll go to Reno next. Go ahead, Reno.
Hey, Coach, how we doing?
Good. Thanks.
Yeah. So through 8 games, I think Tennessee State has about 14 points a game right now. Drives are stalled pretty much inside the 20 a lot with about 15 red zone trips, and coming up with only 5 touchdowns. What specific red zone answers are you all leaning into as you prepare for Lindenwood this Saturday?
Yeah, I mean, I hate to say same as, because obviously you have to adjust some of your plays from a red zone standpoint. But, you want to come away with touchdowns instead of field goals. Although we believe in Perez, but, just find a way to get touchdowns instead of field goals or putting ourselves in bad situations. But, Coach Morgan, Coach Shannon, Russ and all those guys, I trust them. And coming up with, the collaboration as we've been talking about, and coming up with plays that we feel, fit, one, the personnel that we have, and then two, fit and will be, give us an opportunity to get touchdowns down there in the red zone. So there are some things that we sat yesterday and talked about. Obviously, we don't get to red zone stuff until a little later on in the week, but in terms of things that we'll be able to do, we've had some conversations about that, and looking forward to, tomorrow practice when we install some of that stuff. And then, of course, Thursday is when it's a heavy red zone day for us. So we'll continue to work at it. Hopefully, continue to improve.
Definitely. And then follow up, with Lindenwood's defense allowing about 210 rushing yards per game, and 32 points overall. Do you see this as a week where the Big Blue fans are going to see a lot of Simmons Browns and Turbo and the crew this Saturday as well?
Yeah, I mean, it's honestly, Reno, it's not, every game is so different, and every team plays so different when we play or whatever. But for us, the foundation starts with the running game, and we've been blessed to have obviously Kendrick Rhymes, but him being hurt, having Simmons Brown, the way that he's had some big plays for us. He runs the ball hard. He's a patient runner. So obviously it starts with the running game. That's the best thing to help out a young quarterback, help out an inexperienced quarterback, is having a good running game. So Definitely want to be able to run the ball with a host of, Simmon Brown, with Porter, with Pearson. Just a good combination of all of those guys helping us out in the running game.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you.
Coach, one last one. We'll let you go. I know you mentioned Lindenwood in your open, but their quarterback's been pretty good this year, pretty dynamic. Thoughts on just on what you've seen maybe on the Lindenwood offense?
Yeah. I mean, the thing about, obviously we all as coaches have our things that we like to run, or we have our systems and stuff, but you can tell that their coaches have done a good job of making their system fit for their quarterback. He's managing the game well. He can make all the throws. He's athletic to get himself out of trouble. Just a solid football player. And, of course, he has weapons to get the ball to. So, like I said, it's conference play. Every team in this conference, man, are well coached, and they got really good football players. I've always admired this conference from afar, and now we get a chance to be a part of it and get a chance to go and play against a really good Lindenwood team.
Well, Coach, appreciate your time. Sorry we ran a little bit over. Best of luck this weekend, and we'll talk to you again next week.
All right, thank you.